Hello guys, today I'm going to introduce you to Slay the Spire, a roguelike dungeon crawler, a roguelike deck building dungeon crawler. So you might have heard the name for quite some time. It was in early access at the end of 2017, and throughout 2018 the game was developed and patched many times, and at the beginning of 2019 it was finally released. So why a video this late? Because guys, they have declared that they will be adding a fourth character which will be for free, and the game is very nice. I have some 100 hours in it and it's very enjoyable. So I'll give you a quick run. So when we select play, we have a custom game, we have a daily climb. This changes daily obviously, and this is the standard which you should stick to right now. And after you select that, you are given an option to select three classes. We have the ironclad, we have the silent, and we have the defect, guys. And well, the ironclad is kinda a warrior, and this one is a rogue thief, and this one is maybe mage-like. So, and there is an Ascension thing here. Ascension is a special mode that you unlock after finishing the game, guys, and as you can see, there are multiple levels in Ascension, and that makes the game progressively harder. And unless it was recently changed, you have to unlock all Ascension levels by completing the previous Ascension level, not levels, guys. Yes. So I mean, in order to unlock Ascension level 2, you have to complete the game in Ascension 1. And what's more of a grind is that you have to do this separately on each character. For example, you might have finished Ascension 20 with your ironclad, but if you haven't played the game with a silent yet, you do not get to play it in Ascension mode at all. I mean, not even Ascension 5 or something. So they are separate. So this means, guys, I have finished the game once, and at least 19 more times with all characters separately to have Ascension 20 available for me on all levels. So, well, the Ascension will be too much at this point. I'll just show you a regular game, and then I will explain the Ascensions. So every character has a starting relic. This character heals for 6 HP at the end of every combat. This character draws 2 additional cards at the beginning of each combat, just once. And this character has some orbs around him. So this guy starts with 1 lightning, which does 3 damage to a random enemy at the end of your turn, if it's not modified. I mean, normally it's like that. So let me show you. At the beginning of the game, we meet this veil spirit thing that gives us some bonuses. So if it's your first time, you are only given 2 options. In order to receive these options, guys, you have to get to the boss at least. There are 4 acts. I will explain later. And these vary. Only this one is standard, guys. Lose your standard relic or obtain a random boss relic. This is not very good. Let's just do this. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So guys, there is a map here, as you can see, and the game lasts to from 45 minutes to 1 hour if you manage to finish it. There are 3 acts, and there is a bonus 4th act afterwards, but you have to do some stuff in order to reach it. I mean, normally the game ends at finishing the 3rd act. There's a legend here. The question marks can be special events, can be regular encounters, can contain merchants. It varies. These are the merchants. There is a treasure box. You do not have to be worried about the treasure box. Every path has 1 treasure box and never more, guys. I mean, you can find some treasure from the question mark from the events, but normally you are guaranteed to have one treasure on your way, no matter which path you take. So I am prioritizing the events, so let's go. So guys, we have 3 energy, and up to the left, as per usual with the card games, up to the left or up to the right, the cost is there, and what the skill does. So we strike does 6 damage, defend does 5 block, and block means, guys, as you can expect, it shields you from harm, but only stays for a turn. So, well, we got this as a bonus. Innate means it will always be in our hand at the beginning of combat, and exhaust means when we use it, it will get removed from our deck at the end of till the end of combat. So let's just do this, and my 1 energy is going to waste. This means they will do some sort of debuff. So the guy did frail for us. Frail means we will gain 25% less block from the cards, and as you can see, it's getting rounded down 5, and 25% penalty means 1.25, and I should actually gain 3.75 block, but it gets rounded down to 7, down to 3. Okay, so this is another keyword, guys. Vulnerable means vulnerable monsters take 50% more damage from our attacks. So I could do 3 strikes that deal 18 damage and kill this guy, or I could do a bash and then a strike for 9 damage, and that adds up to 17. We do not have lethal here. The point with bash is, though, it will also leave the creature vulnerable for next turn. I mean, in this case, playing the strike is the correct approach. Okay, now we heal 6. That doesn't do anything. And at the end of each combat, we are presented with a card choice, guys. So these are all the keywords we already know. Exhaust all non-attack cards in our hand, deals 16 damage, gives us a random attack, and that attack costs 0 this turn. But guys, if it's a bad attack at 2 cost or something, the next time it comes, it will be its regular mana. It only costs 0 for that turn. Pommel Strike is not bad, 9 damage and draw a card. Let's just proceed. So guys, we have an event. We can leave 37 gold, or we can take some damage and gain 75 gold, which we definitely go for. Remove a card from your deck. Guys, this might look bad to you, but this is actually good because our starter cards are crap. That's the problem. Well, I'm gonna remove a strike. Take a look, guys. 1 mana 6 damage, 1 mana 9 damage, draw a card. Energy. So removing cards is actually very nice. Oh, we have a bonus merchant, guys. Okay, we could try this or this. So this card upgrades all of our cards for the rest of combat, guys. So we do not have to worry about card upgrades. These are colorless cards. These are not presented normally at the end of combats. This is a very nice card, guys. Gives us 8 block and lets us draw a card. And this gives us strength. Strength means more damage to our attacks. Well, let's just go radical. I'm gonna say my goal because we have another shop incoming. We could maybe skip that shop. And these are elites, guys. These are powerful. Okay, we can upgrade a card, remove a card, or transform a card. Transform means getting a random card instead of another card. Well, maybe we could upgrade the Inflame. And guys, there are 3 types of cards. There are the attacks, which are obvious. You pay the energy cost and you do the attack. There are skills. Skills are utility stuff. They don't always have to provide you with block. They can do other stuff as well. Our skills just provide block at the time. And powers are just done once. So during the course of the combat, we can play the Inflame and we will never draw that Inflame till the end of combat, and we will gain 3 strength. I mean, they give you passive boosts after they are played. And upgraded cards are shown with a plus, as you can see here. Normally cards can be upgraded once, guys. There are specific exceptions that can be upgraded multiple times, but cards can normally be upgraded once, and each card can be upgraded, and the upgrades are very different. I mean, most cards gain some potency. For example, strike becomes 9 damage, defend block becomes 8 block, but for example, bash is different, guys. It becomes 10 damage but applies 3 vulnerable. Pommel strike becomes 10 damage but lets you draw 2 cards. And drawing cards is different in this game, guys. So you might be wondering, why would I want to draw cards? I mean, I have enough energy for everything. Well, sometimes you can have 0 energy cards, guys. You can get more energy, or you might be looking for a specific card. I mean, drawing cards is not as powerful as in the other games, but it's still powerful. Let's give him vulnerable first. Now let's get this out of the cycle. So guys, that card is out of our deck now. As you can see, it's in the exhaust pile. So our deck is down to 12 cards. Now our deck is down to 11 cards, and I'll just nuke his face. As you can see, we did a nice amount of damage. Hopefully we can kill him now, because this guy did an ability, guys. If we play block defensive skills, he will enrage. Okay, that's nice. We managed. Vajra gives us. So guys, there are relics, and elite fights are good because they always yield relics. And Whirlwind is a very good AoE ability, guys. So at campsites we have 3 options normally, guys. We can rest, which will heal us for 30% of our max HP. We can smith, which means we forgo our rest and we can upgrade a card. And recall gives us a key, and the keys are used to access Act 4, which means you need to get Ruby key via skipping a rest. You have to use the recall function. You have to fight a flashy elite in either act 1, 2 or 3. That gives you another, and you have to skip a chest in another act, and that gives you the other piece. And after that, finishing the game, you can access Act 4. That's how it's done. Let's upgrade our Whirlwind, definitely, guys. Whirlwind will trivialize some fights, and since we also have strength. Okay, so we have 1 strength now, and that guy looks like he's gonna do 11 damage. I would rather defend. That's a shame. Okay. Okay, we are taking in some damage. Insane, guys. And this is AoE. And there are potions here, which allow you to do multiple things. Corruption. Well, this is a 3-cost power, guys. It's very expensive. Makes all of our skills cost 0, but after we play them, they get exhausted. So in the long run, if you have corruption and nothing else to get some defense, you will die. And 3 energy is a bit much for us. We can skip 2, but I'll take the anger. Okay, let's go for the flashy elite. Okay, we can get the war paint and upgrade 2 random skills. We don't have to get to choose, or we can get the key. Well, we got a nice upgrade on the Shrug It Off. I'm definitely going for that. Oh, okay, we got lucky. So guys, that damage increase, 25% chance, 3 damage, and find the relic. Then it becomes 4 damage, 35% chance, etc, etc. Let's fight the flashy elite here. Oh, the flashy elite has some bonus, guys, and this time it's HP. Well, damage is coming. When you are fighting these guys, there are only 3 types of elites in Act 1. You have to go on the one that's on the outer side with less HP, because they alternate, guys. One of them hits, the middle one hits, then the 2 on the outer rims hit, and in the meanwhile the others give you dazed in your decks, which Okay, that's sad. But we did a nice amount of nuking. You'll see now. Days do not do anything, which means this wrecks your draw. Okay, let's take a look now. I could whirlwind and take that one down. I suppose we have to. And Orichalcum gives us 6 block if we end our turn without any block. But we have skipped that. Okay, I'm just looking to get 0 damage here, guys. I don't really care much. And these are ethereal, guys, which means they get removed from your deck at the end of your turn. Okay. Question card, and we got the key. Question card will give us one more option to pick. So, okay, I have no idea why that didn't work. It should have worked. Well, we have enough strength now, guys. This is interesting. So, if the enemy intends to attack, if any one enemy intends to attack, you can just use spot weakness on them to gain strength. This is nice for scaling, but we already have strength, guys. I would like some defense. It gives us 3 block every time at the end of turn. And this is a new mechanic, guys. Weak means the monsters do 25% less damage. Weakened monsters. Let's finish the act. Okay, this will just insta finish. And we get HP back. Heavy Blade. Heavy Blade receives strength bonus 3 times, guys. So we have 1 strength from Vajra and 3 strength when we play the Inflame. So this will do 26 damage for 2 energy. And if it gets, when it gets upgraded, it will receive the strength bonus 5 times. So it will do 34 damage, I think. Which is not very bad. Okay, let's go for the question mark. So we have an enemy here. Okay, that poor enemy. But he's gonna land some damage. That's bad. Sadly, we are not killing him. Well, we have the Orichalcum. That saves us. Okay, well, disarm is nice. Makes them lose 2 strength. And we have a chest. Well, guys, we can go for the key in this instance, I guess. And this is not very great. If you do not play any attacks during your turn, you will get an additional energy next turn. So that's the one. And so theoretically, guys, I can gather the key here. Just to show you. So we have the key gathered. This means if we manage to kill Act 3 boss, we will... Okay, that's exhausted. That's exhausted. That's exhausted. And 1 energy goes to waste. That's out of the deck, so we are getting 24 damage. That's very bad, actually. Okay, let's leave it vulnerable. I'm gonna take that. And thanks to Metallicize and Orichalcum, yeah, we will heal to full health after the boss, so we don't mind, guys. Okay, well, we will get 9 block at the end of each turn, so we can just go damage. And we have a lot of the stuff out of the loop now. Our deck is only down to 15 cards. And guys, we have a burn. This guy keeps giving us burns. Burns deal damage to you at the end of turn if they are in your hand. Okay. Well, we don't need a block, right? I can just go full face. Yeah. He's gonna buff himself. See, guys, everything is nicely arranged. They help. Okay, so we are gonna receive some damage. Okay guys, as you can see, he keeps us giving more and more burns, and our deck is getting actually worse and worse, but thanks to our strength it's going faster. Okay, that's done with. Okay, I haven't used potions. Okay, this is very nice, guys. This is also very nice, so it's working now. Demon form is a game winner, guys, on its own. It gives you strength every turn, so it's actually good for decks that are defensive, right? Because you play demon form, you get more strength, and after some point you are just extremely powerful. Okay, so now we will get a boss relic, guys. Boss relics are powerful and they can give you energy. For example, okay guys, these are the bad ones, this is a good one. So gives us an energy at the start of each turn, but gives us a curse if we open a non-boss chest. So, and curses are, as you can guess, negative cards. Some give you weak, some just start in your hand at the beginning of the game, blah blah. So that's the act complete, guys. Yeah, and now we can progress. And now, guys, everything has leveled up because we got much stronger. So did the monsters, and now we will fight. See, 2 thieves at once, and now we have 4 strength here. We cannot nuke anything down, can we? Okay, I'll just defend. Maybe that was a mistake. And they steal our gold, as you can see. Okay. Okay, 1 more damage. As you can see, we didn't take much damage. Well, guys, and we are offered an upgraded card. This can happen later in the later stages. So this will play our top card for free and it will exhaust it. It's not bad. Let's just take it. Okay, we should go for this. We are taking a bit of damage though. That's a bit annoying. Okay, lose some strength, sir. Okay, this guy has something called plated armor, guys. In order to break plated armor, you have to do damage. Let me demonstrate. So every time you do damage, that plated armor will go down by 1. Yes. And okay, we don't need others any more strength. We don't need that either. I think we can skip this, guys. I mean, I don't like Havoc for 1 mana. I like the upgrade version, and I don't like Daze in my deck because we already have strength and heavy blade, guys. Oh, this is very good. Okay, this will deal us a lot of damage. Okay, that's not very good. So this gives us one of the 3 books. One of them is Necronomicon. That would have been GG instantly. And 10 damage. Okay. Sadly, we are taking a bit of damage. Yeah, that's what the Codex does. We're actually taking quite a bit of damage. Yeah, couldn't. Now this guy gave us all invulnerable. This will mean. Okay, doesn't really matter. And block expires, guys. Even if you overblock. Can we kill him now? And body slam benefits from strength, as you can see. Okay, guys. This class actually has some healing cards, but see, it played demon form. Doesn't really matter though. So, well, oh, we cannot drink it right now. That's a bit stupid actually. I should have. Yeah, this one is pretty nice. Let's get the gold. We have a lot of gold. We definitely want to upgrade the heavy blade, guys. We can copy a card in our deck. W block, we don't need that. We can use this. We can remove a card from our deck with gold. Yeah, I can. Yeah, guys. The stuff is really dragging us down now. Could do demon form maybe. Demon form will give us 4 strength. Well, we are not really very defensive, but let's just do it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get it, guys. And now I'm gonna remove the curse from our deck. Losing 3 max HP sadly. This is not bad. Whenever a card is exhausted, do we have enough exhaustion? That exhausts. That exhausts. Not very good, right? Maybe we could still get it though. And the card removal gets more expensive every time. Okay. So let's get our defense in order. Okay. This exhausts a random card, guys, which is great. Because 34 damage here. Because regular defense is crap, right? Okay. So this will deal 48 damage. We should do this. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Because, guys, we got the fossilized helix, and the fossilized helix will prevent the first time we take damage. So we are taking 0 damage from that. But this guy is now going to do 3 times 6 damage, guys. So fossilized helix will only prevent 1 of those. Okay, that's bad because we are wasting our regeneration potion here. That will do us 9 damage. That's stupid. Yeah. Waste our potion. Armaments is nice, I think. Okay, I just want another elite, guys. I don't want the campfire. Let's go. That's 10 damage. So this prevents us from drawing extra cards. Oh, it got the best one. That's sad. Zero damage. Okay, whenever we exhaust a card, we will draw a card now. Okay. Let's do an inflame. We are barely doing any damage though. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, we are still receiving 0 damage. Yeah, guys, it doesn't matter, as you can see, because the next time we take damage, we will prevent it. Almost full HP. Okay. Okay. We need to nuke this guy, guys. This one is the problematic fellow. They are doing a bunch of damage. That's not very nice, my good friends. We will take a lot of damage here. Okay, no. Yeah. That's what you get for messing with elites. And this will do 48 damage. Yeah, clear. Easy mode, guys. Anchor will give us 10 block at the beginning of each combat. We can get another true grit, I think. And see, thanks to all of these. Okay, that's the one with the lowest HP. Shockwave. No. All of these relics, we are much stronger now. Well, guys, I am going to finish it, I think. Our strength is low. Okay, we are losing our helix for just 1 damage. That's a shame. We are going to do see, these guys are going to get stronger and stronger, so we need to kill them quickly, hopefully. Yes, we did. Hold up. Maybe we could have drawn. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Skill potion. Okay, let's do it. Could have skipped. Okay. I want this vulnerable to stay longer now, guys. That's what I'm gonna go for. And we are now fighting the knight. This guy is dangerous, guys. At half HP, the turn after you reduce him to half HP, he will clear all of his debuffs, and the following turn he will do insane damage. Now, okay, guys. The lucky thing is that we got demon form on turn 1, and all we need to do right now is scale. I'm just gonna get this out of the deck. Oh, that's a shame though. We are going to... I don't want to go. Okay, that's better. Okay, we don't need to do damage, guys. I am not doing any damage on purpose, because I want to scale. Okay, there is a chance that this will hit heavy blade, and that would be very bad. Okay, lucky. Okay, already 59 damage, by the way, guys, as you can see. Yeah, we are vulnerable and frail now. He's gonna debuff us. Okay. Buff that clothesline. Should I play that? Let's do it. Our strength is insane now, guys. And he weakened us. Okay, that's a bit annoying. That's much better. Flame barrier. Oh, let's go. The reason I'm holding off damages, guys, I don't want it to go below half HP, so he doesn't go crazy. So our strength is pretty high. Should we try it? So next turn, guys, we will have 21 strength, which means the heavy blade will be doing 119 damage, and he will be vulnerable, so it would do like 180 damage, right? Okay, we should have lethal next turn if we manage to draw it, though. Okay. Okay, now he's gonna go crazy and clear his debuffs. Okay, that was very much bad luck. Okay. This is very good normally, but it's not for this deck. Okay, now he's gonna go crazy. And he's doing 32 damage, guys. But our strength is insane, and Whirlwind just does 32 damage for each energy we have. So we will do 128 damage. As you can see. Double strength. This is for AoE, guys. Does 21 damage to all enemies, but gives us a burn. But in the discard pile, not in the draw pile. So after we play Immolate, we have to draw all of our deck, and then after that we can start drawing those burns. It's not bad for AoE, but we have Whirlwind, right? I see. So guys, this gives energy as well, but we will select from 2 cards now. Normally we would be selecting from 1 card, but since we have question card, we will be given an option to select from 2 cards. And upon entering Act 2, Act 3, it's not bad, I think. And this prevents us from discarding our hand, whatever. So guys, now we are in Act 3, and normally that's the end of the game, guys. Okay, so this is how the Ironclad plays. The Silent plays more defense oriented, guys. So the Silent gains Dexterity, which gives more block from skill cards, and the Defect plays with his orbs. Those orbs can there are different kinds of orbs. Lightning does damage to a random enemy. Frost orbs give you block, and darkness orbs do nothing but scale, but when you evoke them, they just do huge damage to the lowest HP enemy. I mean, you can just defend and kill even bosses in one shot with darkness orbs. Depends on your setup. So that was for Act 2, guys. So now let me show you what Ascension means. Oh, well, let's just abandon, doesn't really matter. Let me show you. So in Ascension 1, elites will spawn more often, guys. In Ascension 2, normal enemies deal more damage. Elites deal more damage. Bosses deal more damage, Ascension 4. And these all stack. So in Ascension 4, we have more elites. Normal enemies, elites and bosses deal more damage. Then you do not heal to full after boss battles. You heal like 50% or so instead of full health. So if you barely manage to beat the boss, guys, your HP will be not full, and you will start each run damaged at Ascension 6. And now the HP will increase for normal enemies, elite enemies, and bosses. Ascension 10, you start with a curse in your deck, and that curse is ethereal, guys. So after you draw it for the first time, it will get exhausted. But in the first run through of your deck, it will be there. You start with 2 potion slots instead of 3, guys. You get upgraded cards less often than you normally would. The bosses drop less gold in 13. 14, our max HP is lowered, I think, by 10%. And in Ascension 15, guys, events become worse. And by worse means, I mean, for example, the gold event that we just got deals more damage. The book event that we just did deals 21 damage instead of 16. Everything goes worse. For example, there is a potion vendor lady, and normally she gets angry with you if you do not buy and shoes you off her store. And in Ascension 15, she actually does damage, grabs a dagger and does damage to you. And that used to be the cap, guys. After quite a while, they added Ascension 16 to 20. And like I said, since all of these are cumulative, guys, it's quite hard. At Ascension 16, shops are 10% more expensive. These are the crazy ones now, guys. Ascension 17, 18, and 19 make the normal enemies, elites, and bosses more challenging respectively, and this is very serious stuff, guys. For example, you might remember in Act 1 there were some bugs and that could curl up, when I damage them, but I still kill them afterwards. Remember, they get like 4 block for the first time you hit them. So for example, those guys get like 15 block or something, guys, which means you either have to one-shot them or you have to kill them in 2 turns. You cannot partially nuke them. And this is very serious, by the way, guys. For example, elites in Act 1, you might remember those sentries, the 3, they give you 3 days. So the first turn, one of them does 10 damage. The other 2 give you 3 days each in your draw pile, by the way. So you could just have a bad draw and get like 4 days and not able to do anything. And then the ones on the outsides hit you for 10 damage each, and the middle one gives you 3 days. Which means you cannot really afford long combats. Everything gets more challenging. That demon we've faced in Act 1 gets 3 strength whenever you play skills instead of 2. Everything gets... And guys, on top of this, add the fact that they have more damage and more HP, etc. And it's pretty sick. And Ascension 20, after you fight the Act 3 boss, you will fight another Act 3 boss without healing, guys. And without a campfire. So you just go there, you fight the Time Weaver, for example. And boom, you fight the Ancient One right after it. That's pretty extreme. And if you try to do Act 4 afterwards, it gets even worse. I have managed to beat the game on Ascension 20 with each character, but I haven't managed to complete Act 4 on Ascension 20. It's very hard. So, as I was saying, they will be adding a 4th character soon. The beta will be released pretty soon. So let me... Okay. I'm gonna check the keywords, guys. We discussed vulnerable, we discussed block, we discussed upgrade. Weak means 25% less damage, and there are actually relics that interact with this. For example, there is a relic that makes weak stronger. I know it's a bit a controversial sentence, but guys, what I mean that the monsters will do 40% less damage instead of 25%. And these cards in the gray outline means common, guys. Blue outline means uncommon, and gold outline means rare. You will be offered rare cards after a boss fight for sure. In the wild, they are a bit harder to find. And don't get me wrong, guys, rare doesn't mean good. Doesn't have to be. But of course, they have the highest potential. For example, barricade is insane. It means that we get to keep our extra block. And with a defensive enough deck, guys, you can just tank the enemies. And because they buff, debuff, etc. And you can just pile up your defense in the meanwhile. You can also use the upgraded versions of cards, guys. And you can kill with this card if you play that deck. Body Slam deals damage equal to our block. So guys, our block doesn't expire. We keep saving block, 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 block. And this one costs 0 when it's upgraded. So like I said, the upgrades are different. You just get used to it. So strength increases the potency of our attacks. Exhaust means removing that card until end of combat. Wounds are... There are cards called status cards, guys. They don't really do anything. They are just there to annoy you. So this card is a bit overpowered because 1 energy, 12 damage is too good. So it gives you a wound. But there is a deck that revolves around wounds. Like this. Whenever you draw a status, it will let you draw another card. And when it's upgraded, it lets you draw 2 cards. So with those wounds, you keep drawing extra cards, blah, blah. So we discussed vulnerable. Yes, there are no new keywords in here. Let's take a look at the silent, guys. Silent is color coded with green. Weak, poison. when you inflict poison on an enemy, guys, they take damage equal to the poison counters on them before they act, and then that poison counter gets reduced by 1. So for example, this card applies 5 poison, so you do it, and the next turn before the monster plays, it deals 5 damage to it and gets reduced to 4. But of course you can keep playing more and more poison cards to increase the potency of the poison. So poison is a strategy for silent. Shivs are a strategy for silent. Shiv is a 0 mana 4 damage card, guys, and the silent has a lot of cards that produce shivs and has some cards that synergize with shivs. See, okay. Innate means it starts in your hand. Hold up. Dexterity means you gain more block when you are gaining block, guys. So for example, if I have 2 dexterity in here and I play this card, this will give me 13 block. Retain means depends on your retain number, guys. If your retain number is 1, at the end of your turn you get to choose and not discard 1 card. And like I said, you do not lose the card. I mean, you select the card, guys. That's important. It's not random. So there are cards that give energy also. Okay, we do not have any other keywords in here, I think. Let's see. And now finally, guys, we have the blue one, the defect. You have the orbs. The orbs can at the end of your turn, the orbs do what they are supposed to do. The frost ones give you block, the lightning ones deal damage a random enemy, and the darkness ones scale higher without doing anything. Evoking means, guys, spending that orb and triggering its powerful ability. For example, frost orbs give you more block, lightning orbs deal more damage, and darkness orbs deal damage. Normally, like I said, their passive ability is just to scale higher but not do any damage. This is how you evoke them. And channel means adding 1 orb. Normally you have 3 orbs that can be increased. For example, this means do 4 damage for each orb you have. Okay, evoke channel. This is similar to the warrior's wound giving card, guys. It gives you 2 energy for 0 energy, but the problem is that it gives you a void, and the void makes you lose 1 energy when you draw it. And also be mindful of these disadvantages, guys. Some cards give the bad card into your draw pile, which means you will draw it pretty soon, and some cards give it to your discard pile. That's a slightly less challenging disadvantage because you might not even draw it. Okay, focus is the counterpart for strength for ironclad and dexterity for silent, guys. Focus means it increases the potency of your orbs. So for example, frost orbs give you 2 block at the end of each turn, and when they are evoked they give you 5 block, and 1 focus increases the amount by 1. So they will give you a passive 3 block, and when they are evoked they will give you 6 block. And guys, as you can imagine, that's a very powerful build for this class. You start with 3 orb slots, and if you manage to channel 3 frost orbs, you will get 6 block at the end of each turn. If you play a defrag, you will get 9 block each turn because you will be gaining 1 focus on each orb. And if you upgrade the defragment, and that gives 2 focus, and your turn like that, you will be gaining 12 block at the end of each turn, guys. And that's without gaining any orb slots. I mean, there are builds like this. For example, capacitor upgrade, it gives you 3 orb slots. If you play a capacitor and a defragment, guys, you will have 6 orb slots with 2 focus. So you will be gaining 24 block at the end of each turn, which means you basically don't have to do anything. I mean, you can of course be damaged in the interval that you set this up, but it can work pretty nicely. And the 4th orb is a special orb. You do not get this very often. Plasma orbs give you an energy at the beginning of each turn. Okay, there are no more keywords, I think. There's the artifact. Artifact means, guys, you can negate the next debuff. This is used in tandem with some potions. Some potions say gain 5 strength at the end of turn, lose that 5 strength at the end of turn. Thing is though, guys, when you drink that potion, you actually gain 5 strength and you receive a debuff that says you will lose 5 strength at the end of the turn. So if you combo it with this, you will gain 5 strength at the until the end of combat without actually losing it. So that artifact can be useful. I mean, you can use it to counter the powerful debuffs of monsters, but you can also counter the effects of your own cards that are too powerful and that give you debuffs. Okay. So that's it, guys. But don't get it wrong. The combinations are endless. I have a few hundred hours in the game, and that's natural, as you can expect, because understanding the synergies takes a bit. I mean, you might fail to finish the game even without any ascensions for the first few tries, but that's natural, guys. You have to understand how you should synergize a deck. You should also understand how the enemies work, because there are some patterns that you have to get used to. So it's a very nice game, guys, and like I said, it's going to get updated soon, and the update will be free, so it might be a good time to pick up Slay the Spire. See you. Bye bye.